I am on my way to San Diego Comic-Con. Those mashed potatoes, the bread. I need this.
Old titties. Oh!
It's very fragrant. Oh.
Hi. How are you?
Let's do my first ever blind box. I love this style. The UK could never. I am on my way to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm currently at our first stop, which is the Radisson Hotel at Heathrow Airport. Our flight is at 12:15 tomorrow, and then we're gonna have like a couple of days before Comic-Con starts. I'm so excited. I have never been, I think the furthest west I've been in the US is Colorado, but I've never been to the West Coast. I've never been to California. I'm feeling a little bit buzzed because we have just been down to the hotel restaurant for dessert and a cocktail, and now I'm pretty much just gonna get a shower and get ready for bed. But I wanted to get the ball rolling on this vlog and let you guys know what I'm gonna be reading before we arrive in California. So I have brought one physical book with me, or I guess two because it's two halves of the same book. I've brought Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, but I think I'm actually going to start with an ebook, which is going to be Children of Fallen Gods. Is that the title? I always forget. Yes, Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. This one is the second book in the Daughter of the War of Lost Hearts series, which is a fantasy romance series about a girl who is a slave, and she buys her way out of slavery and joins this order of magicians to hone her magical power and hopefully convince some of these magicians to go back to the place where she's from with her to also free her best friend from slavery. To be able to do this, she has to start an apprenticeship or complete an apprenticeship, and the only person currently available to take an apprentice is the reclusive fire wielder Max. It ends up being like a little bit of a romance. It's a slow burn, which is something that I really love, and I've heard really good things about this series in general, but particularly about 2 and 3, so I'm really excited for that. And the reason in particular why I'm reading this is because it is the current series that we're working on for my Patron book club, which is the Arthur Hobb book club. So the reason why I'm torn about whether I want to start that is because when I fly, I have TV shows, like everything is on my iPad, like if I'm reading ebooks. And so if I'm switching between episodes of a TV show, which I'm going to be watching the Interview with the Vampire TV show, because there is going to be like an Anne Rice universe panel at Comic-Con, and Interview with a Vampire is like one of my favorite movies, so I've been meaning to watch the show, but I honestly kind of forgot about it. So I have Interview with Vampire and The Mayfair Witches downloaded. If I have that, like I don't know if I want to switch between an ebook. It'll obviously depend on how my eyes are feeling at the time, but that is like the plan so far. And then if not, I will be cracking on with my reread of Way of Kings, but I do think that that's gonna come a little bit later. This one is actually a little bit of a different trip for me in terms of reading, because I normally only take my iPad with me because I generally like don't get a lot of reading done. I read while I travel, but when I'm there, I'm not really reading a lot. But with all of the queuing that we plan to do during Comic-Con, I felt like I would end up reading a little bit more than I expected, so I popped Way of Kings in there as well. But I am very eager because it's kind of humid. It's also really humid in San Diego now, I think, which is not great. I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm gonna go get a shower. I'm gonna put my pajamas on. I'm gonna get in bed and maybe do a bit of reading before I'm up bright and early for my flight tomorrow.
I like the way she smiles. She got me staring for a while. Got me staring for a while. Yeah. Baby, it's our conversation. She's my favorite notification. She knows how to dress for special occasions. She got me thinking life could be better.
Hello my guys, just a quick one to let you know we have arrived. We are in California, and also that I did not read The Children of Fallen Gods. I did end up starting Way of Kings because I'm glad that I did actually. I figured my eyes wouldn't be able to hack looking at a screen the entire time, and my eyes were so dry on that plane. So I'm glad that I made that decision, and I'm really enjoying the start of my reread. I read like 150 pages, but now there will be no reading for quite some time. I'm tired. It is like 5 p.m. here. Let's look. It's 5:20 p.m. here, which means that in terms of home time, it's like 1:20 a.m. So as you can imagine, your girl is tired, didn't really sleep on the plane, but we are going to be going to Trader Joe's and Target to stock up on snacks, because on the days that we're at Comic-Con, we think we're just going to end up like throwing snacks into a bag for our lunch, like get a breakfast, snacks during the con, and then dinner afterwards. And then when we've done that, we're going to go to the Cheesecake Factory, I think, for food, which is really exciting because I've never been before. And you know, while we're in California, while it's Comic-Con, while the guys at the Big Bang Theory eat there constantly, not this one obviously because they're in LA, but I mean, we gotta give it a try. It's one of those like big American chains, so it has to be sampled.
These songs start to feel like love letters. I should tell her now, would I ever? It is what it is, man, whatever.
It is 8:24. We have a breakfast reservation at the Great Maple at 9, which I am so excited about. And then we are off to the zoo. But before we did that, I wanted to bring you a little bit of a snack haul. Last night, I was so tired by the time when we went to Cheesecake Factory, which, oh my God, why does Cheesecake Factory taste so good? I thought that it would kind of be overrated, you know, like Hard Rock Cafe is, but oh, those mashed potatoes, the bread, it was so nice. So after that, we came home, showered, washed my hair, half blow dried my hair, and then House of the Dragon, because at Comic-Con on, is it Friday night? There is a screen, and I'm pretty sure it's on Friday night of the penultimate episode of House of the Dragon. The problem is though, is that we were flying on Monday, and that is the day that you can get House of the Dragon in the UK. So it's Sunday in the US, Monday in the UK, and now we can't connect like our apps to the internet because it will tell us that like we're in the wrong region. So we can't get House of the Dragon without a VPN, which I think the last time Curtis tried, I mean, he can try again, but the VPN we used when we were in New York. This would be a great time to have a sponsorship from a VPN, just saying. It's not happening, but just saying. Yeah, last time it didn't work when we tried to get it. So we caught it on HBO last night, but it was on at 9:45. And obviously 9:45 was like 6 a.m. 10 p.m. is like 6 a.m. in the UK. So we watched like 10 minutes and I was asleep, and then I woke up to Curtis turning it off like halfway through because I'd fallen asleep. So I did not have time for a snack haul then, but we went to Target and we went to Trader Joe's. And I feel like when I got up this morning and was investigating the snacks, we didn't get as much as I thought that we did, but I'll show you what we did get. So from Target, I got some watermelon flavored licorice. I'm one of the strange people that really loves licorice. Watermelon flavor is a little bit out there, but I do like raspberry, and watermelon is generally one of my favorite flavors of anything. We also got, or I also got, some trail mix. I saw these when we were in New York last year, but I don't like raisins, and all of the ones that they had things in that like I wasn't too fond of. But this one is a coconuts one, so it's got cashews. You all know I love it. Once again, a theme with this snack haul, your girl loves nuts. We know it. It doesn't even need to be said anymore. But this has cashews, coconut macaroon flavored almonds, semi-sweet chocolate chunks, and dried coconut. Everything sounds amazing to me. Curtis picked up some peanut butter. Yeah, peanut butter Oreos, which I don't think is a flavor. Do we have these in the UK? I'm assuming no. No. Don't know. Okay. I said that you should get the, was it the peanut butter fudge pie or something? But no, the man wanted to put peanut butter, so that's what he got. I of course picked up 3 bags of my favorite thing ever, which is dark chocolate almond butter filled pretzel nuggets. I love these so much. I will definitely, like, if I eat a significant amount of these here, I will be going back to Trader Joe's to take a bunch home with me like I always do. Also from Trader Joe's, I picked up, I have tried these ones, cinnamon sugar almonds. They are very sweet, and everything in the US has a lot more sugar than we have in the UK, so everything tastes kind of sweet to me. These are just a little bit too sweet, but that is actually a good thing, because like the ones that I got from Costco a couple of weeks ago are so moreish that I can literally eat loads of them. I can't eat loads of these because the sugar gets to me after like 3, so maybe it's a good thing. I picked up these, which I have also tried. These are mango sticky rice crisps. Not something I would typically pick up, but when we went to Thailand, mango sticky rice is like one of the main desserts, and it is so good. I feel like it could do with more coconut flavor, and the dried mango gets stuck in my teeth, so I don't love it, but I did have to try it because mango sticky rice was a favorite that like I just can't find it in a way that replicates what it tasted like in Thailand, which was amazing. And I mean, we're not gonna, because I said gonna again, because the fruit is so fresh in Thailand that you just can't compare in any other country. It's worth a try. And then I really wanted some crisps, so I got some everything but the everything but the bagel seasoned kettle cooked potato chips. As y'all know, because I mentioned it, we were supposed to be buying snacks for Comic-Con, which I mean, that's what these are. But nothing is individually wrapped. Everything's just like a multi-bag, which is not ideal, but we're just gonna have to make it work. So I am gonna go and head out to the zoo. I've just bought our tickets online. I'm gonna get breakfast. I'm so excited. I don't know what to get though, because I'm drawn towards the French toast logs, but we're going to attempt to go to Morning Glory tomorrow, and their French toast also looks really good. And I want to try not to eat French toast everywhere if possible, even though it is like my favorite thing. So we'll see what I end up ordering, because the pancakes are also tempting.
I think there's another universe where I haven't yet felt pain. And maybe in that other universe, I'm a flower and you're the rain.
Or hats.
The end.
The end.
I'm still 7 in 2nd grade.
Sorry.
And I'm so happy that I feel alright. That I have
That's it. And the same thing.
His organs are actually situated in his body differently than ours would be, so that it is actually more comfortable for him to be upside down.
My dad's the scientist who captured her. But now it's time to set her free. Or maybe somehow in this skull of mine, I find it hard to see the truth. 'Cause how a man decides the boy is right. If that means I'll be happy too.
So we have collected our passes. We're looking very official now, and we're going to go explore the Gaslamp Quarter before we get some tacos and head back to the hotel.
Maybe there's a version of me that doesn't feel free. What comes next?
This bathroom is like truly unhinged. Look at that sink. I need this. This is wild.
And I'm just trying to be the best one.
Hello my guys, long time no speak. I am currently getting ready for the first day of Comic-Con and I'm very excited. We do not have a bunch on the agenda today, but we are hoping to get into Hall H. I believe it's easy to get in on Thursday and I'm really hoping that it is, because the only panel that we want to see is at like 3:30 p.m. So it's not something that I want to queue all day for. Like I don't want to spend all day in Hall H watching like Transformers and Percy Jackson just for the sake of the what we do in the, well, I really want to see the what we do in the shadows panel, but I don't want to have to spend all day in Hall H to be able to do that. So fingers crossed that we do manage to get in there later on. Until then, our plan is kind of just to get really oriented with the space, have a wander around. I think we're hoping to get in that Hall HQ at probably about 1 o'clock, gives us a couple of hours in case we need that. And then after the what we do in the shadows panel is when the real waiting begins, because we do want to be in Hall H for all of Friday. So we're hoping then to join the next day line to receive, so that'll be at like 4:30 we're hoping to do that, and then we should be receiving the wristbands, the next day wristbands, starting from 7:30 p.m. So it's going to be a long ass day, and it's going to be even longer tomorrow, because having a next day wristband means that you have to be back in the queue by 7:30 a.m. of the day that you want like first seating for. So wish me luck. I'm taking my book with me. I am aiming to get a lot of reading done today. We had a beach day yesterday, so I have made some progress in my book. I'm like 200 and something pages into it now. I'm really glad that I decided to bring and read Way of Kings, because it obviously is helpful, because it's a distracting time. There's things going on. I'm soaking in the atmosphere. So it's good that I'm reading something that I have read before. But also, y'all know I've been trying to restart the Stormlight Archive and reread the first 3 books for the longest time. And kind of being in this situation where I'm almost forced to read it, because it's the only physical book I have, is really helping me actually achieve that goal. So hopefully I'll check in with you guys a couple of times throughout the day. It's weird because like I vlog all of the time. Vlogging is second nature to me, but like there's just moments on this trip where I'm forgetting to vlog, and I'm not extra mad about it because like I'm on holiday. The vlog is kind of just like an extra thing that I do to document it while I'm on holiday, but it's also weird because that is unlike me. So hopefully I'll check in throughout the day. But yeah, I'm ready for a exciting day at Comic-Con.
Whatever. I'm telling you now, it's whatever.
We're queuing for Hall H. It's been like over an hour so far, but I think we're nearly there. It's hot as balls though. I'm dying.
No show, say it ain't so, man.
Some energy in her reads. You saw it during that creepaway camp when she was kind of nervous.
My reaction was, Merry Christmas.
To keep my voice down because Guillermo is in the next room, backing off into his pillow. No, I wasn't talking about you. Shut the fuck up.
Literally can't see me at all, but I'm queuing for Hall H. We've been here for how long? No, we've been here for 4 hours now. They started 2 hours ago, and they're almost 2 hours. But it's been a long day. It is 11:30 p.m. and I have made it to bed with the coveted Hall H. I nearly said Hall 4, that's not right. I have the Hall H wristband for tomorrow. So providing that I get back to Comic-Con and in the Hall H line by 7:30 a.m. and I get my book signed by Robin Hobb, I will have achieved everything that I wanted to achieve from Comic-Con, which is pretty great. We spent 6 hours today queuing for Hall H, and the kind of plan that we had is that we would do Hall H on Friday. There was a What We Do on the Shadows panel today, which was great, and I got free swag. So we wanted to get in for that, and then we were going to do, or we are going to stay in Hall H all day tomorrow because there's 2 Walking Dead panels in the like mid-afternoon, and right first thing in the morning is the boys panel. There's also Rings of Power and Doctor Who, which we're not really that invested in, but the plan is to just do Hall H tomorrow and then never see Hall H again, just for the experience, you know, and also of course The Walking Dead. I had a little bit of a panic today about the Robin Hobb signing actually, because I didn't realize that she was also signing today on a ticketed sign-in for Penguin and then also for Dark Horse. I kind of just overheard somebody asking about it at the Penguin booth, and I panicked and I was like, isn't she signing tomorrow? And somebody there was like, yeah, she's doing that as well. So I said, is that ticketed? Because it doesn't say anywhere that the Robin Hobb signing is ticketed. And they said yes. So then I had to go around to like 3 other different people to check that it wasn't ticketed. So I went to the staff that are working in the autograph area. They were like, it's normally not ticketed up here. I went to the Mysterious Galaxies, I think his name is the bookstore, like the downstairs and the upstairs like little shop, where they also both said that they don't think it's going to be ticketed. So fingers crossed, because she starts signing at 2:30 on her blog as well. She tells you like where she's going to be and when and what you need to go, and like she says that as far as she's aware there's no tickets or wristbands for the Friday sign-in, and she starts at 2:30, but the Walking Dead panel only ends at like 3:45 or 4, so I'm gonna have to like run up there. She is there till 7, so I think that like leaving 3 hours to get my book signed should be enough, fingers crossed. But yeah, that is tomorrow's plan. We didn't get through a whole ton of the exhibition hall today because we went to queue for Hall H at just past midday. We queued for 2 hours there. We went in and saw the Percy Jackson panel, the What We Do in the Shadows one. We went all the way down to the other side of the convention center to pick up the t-shirts that we got for going to the What We Do in the Shadows panel, and then we got back in the Hall HQ for the next day, where we stayed for 4 hours. So we went to Starbucks because there's like a Starbucks in the convention hall this morning, and I had a coffee a breakfast muffin and a blueberry muffin. And then I ate half like a share bag of crisps that I got from Trader Joe's at like, I want to say it was like 3 p.m. And then we ate like a handful more of those crisps at like 8 p.m. And then I've come back and I've had 2 pieces of licorice, 3 pretzel nuggets, and like a small handful of cinnamon almonds, and that's all I've eaten today. Oh, I also had a Reese's bar, like a Reese's breakfast bar that Curtis had in his bag. So we have not eaten very much today, and I feel like tomorrow is going to be very much the same because we're getting up in like 5 hours, 4.5 maybe. So on that note, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll let you know, I'll do like a haul at some point, maybe when I'm home, maybe after Comic-Con's ended, of all the stuff that I pick up while I'm there. But until then, it's peace out for me tonight. We made it.
World-class Broadway performers. Thank you for gracing our stage and delivering really messed up lyrics with such unbridled joy and enthusiasm. What were you dreaming about? Yeah.
Old titties.
Oh.
I was just hit by the sense of escapism that I felt with the show. Just feeling like I can pop in the TARDIS and fly off with this incredible creature, take you on adventures, and so I wanted to bring a sense of fun.
A lot of that also was to get under Rick's skin. And then he ended up really liking Carl. But I think that started off like, I Made You Get Spaghetti was just a kid under Rick's skin more than anything. But then he ends up really liking Carl. I can't whistle.
I think...
Yeah, it's shot. This is what happens when you have to talk all the...
Cut, take two. We gotta get this.
Fudge. I can't do it.
To be back as Carol.
It feels really good to be back as Carol. I missed her.
Hi, everyone.
It's Norman Reedus.
Love you too. I love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you. I was just at Taylor Swift in Frankfurt yesterday.
All these come in large print versions too? All of them? Or is it like for large prints?
I know just that, thank you. Welcome to day 3 of Comic-Con, in which I am slowly losing any energy that I had to begin with. It is 6:53. We don't have any panel plans or anything today. We don't actually have to be there early, except I did win something in the exclusives portal. I won a sign-in with the cast of The Rookie, which is a show that I've never seen, but Nathan Fillion is on that show, and he's in Buffy, and he's of course in Firefly. So that's kind of why I only put like a few tickets in for it, but I did manage to win that. So when you win an exclusive, you have to be there between 6:30 and 9 to pick up the wristbands. So that's the reason why we have to go at this time. So I think our plan is actually going to be to go just get my wristband and then go find some breakfast. I'm thinking Breakfast Republic, but I know it is quite close to the convention center, so I don't know whether that's going to be possible or whether they're just going to be crazy busy. But I do want to try Breakfast Republic before I go, and I know like if we don't go downtown, I don't think we have any plans to be close to any of the other ones, so we'll look into that. I do still want to do IHOP as well, and I don't think there's any IHOP super close by, so I might have to figure that out. But yesterday was really, really cool. I did not vlog very much because I was just so tired. We got up at 4, I think. We went and got Denny's, which especially if you're a patron of mine, you will know that I constantly sing Denny's praises, because when we went to Florida in 2016, I had no idea what Denny's was. So I love breakfast, and the concept of a breakfast restaurant just kind of blew my mind. So we went to Denny's. It was across the road from our hotel as well, so we went to Denny's like every day. And now obviously I have a YouTube channel, and whenever I speak to anyone from the US, they're like, Denny's is awful, Denny's is trash, like what is wrong with you? I can confirm after yesterday that I'm not the Denny's fan that I was. One of the problems is though is that we started really high on this trip with breakfast. Like we started with the Great Maple, and then we went to Morning Glory, and then we didn't have a chance really to get breakfast on Thursday, and then we went to Denny's. So obviously like the quality is very different from where we've been so far. But yeah, I'm not the Denny's stan that I once was, which is sad. It's the end of a big era for me. We went to the old spaghetti factory yesterday as well, which was nice. I controversially don't love pasta when I'm eating out, because unless you go to like an authentic Italian restaurant, I can make pasta at home, you know? So that was good, but it was pasta. But I'm glad that I tried it, because I think Deb recommended it to me as like one of those chain restaurants that's like very known in the US. In between that, of course, we had all of the panels, which were great. I think the best panel of the day was The Boys, which is interesting. It was unexpected. I felt, because when they program these things, they tend to put the best things last. So the higher billed celebrities are more like in the late afternoon. The stuff that people don't mind missing is normally at the beginning of the day. So it was The Boys, Rings of Power, which I don't really care about, Doctor Who, which I like, but I'm not up to date enough to care about the new Doctor, and then 2 Walking Dead panels. So we were there for The Boys, and the Walking Dead panels was what we were invested in. So I was expecting great things from The Walking Dead, not very much from The Boys. And The Boys opened up with this like crazy musical number with flashing lights. They had like big side screens down. It was amazing. And they also had a bunch of previews. They announced a new spin-off show that's going to feature Soulja Boy, and the one that was in the season with Soulja Boy, who is a white supremacist. They're going to be like the main cast of that one. And then there is, I mean, there's a lot of white supremacists in The Boys, if we're being honest. It is like a parody show if you haven't seen it. It's like a parody on like great American superheroes, which is why there are so many white supremacists like in the cast. And it deals with like a lot of racism and homophobia and like make America great again kind of themes taken to an extreme. That was really, really cool. And then The Walking Dead was amazing, because they were signing at the front as well. I think Lauren Cohen, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Norman Reedus were like signing at the edge of the stage, and I didn't know that that was going to happen, so I didn't take anything, but I could have had something signed. But that was really great, because I love Melissa McBride as well, but Norman Reedus and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I just love them. I love them so much. Not so much of a Lauren Cohen fan, just because Maggie really starts to irritate me after, you know, like the big season where a lot of people drop off The Walking Dead. After that point, I don't really love Maggie's character because of the direction that she goes in. She's very like kind of self-righteous and really annoying with it, although some of her justifications, like her reasons are justified. But that was really great because of those guys. But like we didn't get any swag. We didn't get any swag at all in Hall H yesterday. The only swag I've had is the t-shirt from What We Do in the Shadows. But there was no swag. I don't think there was any previews. We saw the season 2 trailer of Daryl's spin-off show, The Book of Carol. Oh, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol. And I think that was it, because Dead City don't have anything to promote. They're not coming out with a new season until next year. So that was kind of like, it was great to see it, because I've always wanted to see a Walking Dead panel. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to come to Comic-Con, ever since back in the day when The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones were like the best shows ever. But in terms of like performance and things included in the panel, The Boys absolutely stole the show yesterday. Rings of Power had some cool stuff, but I haven't seen it, you know, I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but they had like drums and a lot of previews as well. So yeah, The Boys and Amazon Prime really stole the show at yesterday's panels. I hear that something really cool happened during the Prometheus panel, but we left before them. And then I met Robin Hobb, which was amazing. After the whole panic of chasing people around yesterday to kind of find out if she was ticketed, she was not ticketed, and at her table, like, there was no queue. So I had my book signed. I'm a little bit upset because I have dinged up my book in transit. So it's got some like dents in it from being rolling around in my tote bag, and it's so annoying because I have like 100 book sleeves. Why didn't I bring one? Why didn't I put it in a book sleeve? Riddle me out, Batman, because I don't have a clue. I can show you actually because it's right here. To be fair, these copies, while they are nice, are actually shit quality. It's got like lots of wearing on the edges there. I've got a couple of marks on the back, and I've dented the top up here, and I am sad about it because this is like my pretty edition of The Assassin's Apprentice, but it's also now my signed edition of The Assassin's Apprentice. They say you should never meet your heroes, but Robin Hobb was great. So I'll let you go. I'll also let myself go so I can carry on getting ready, and I'll show you what we get up to in the con today, which I think is mainly going to be the exhibition hall. I do have a bunch of art that I bought, but I'm just gonna save a haul for whenever I get around to it. I think I bought some really cool stuff. I'm back again. I bought spiced Coke, and I keep meaning to do a taste test because I feel like this is pretty controversial. Like, some people, actually, have I seen anybody like it? I'm assuming some people like it, but I've only seen people disliking it. And we went to the petrol station that's near the hotel. I was looking for a cold drink in general. Why do you guys have coconut Dr. Pepper? That is like such an off the wall kind of flavor. It had sugar in it, and I just don't like drinks with sugar. I don't like how they make my mouth feel, so I sadly could not try it, but I really wanted to. But yeah, let's try spiced Coke. It smells weird. Does it smell spicy? No, I don't even know what to expect from... Oh, it's raspberry spiced. Okay, well, I'm gonna love this. Oh. I'm not gonna love this. I will drink it. Tastes like I'm drinking a candle. Yeah, it's very fragrant. Oh, yeah, maybe I have some regrets. It tastes kind of like, not even necessarily raspberry, it tastes like blackcurrant cordial almost. I don't know, man. That was a choice, US. Like, why did you make this?
I still need to recover from another love. Would you be here for me? Never met your parents. See where this leads. What should we do tonight? What if this breaks your little heart in mine? What should we do?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great.
Good.
Where are you from?
UK.
UK?
England, yeah.
Wow. You guys,
Yes.
Where are you from? From here, from LA? You flew in from the UK.
I did. I thought I had to do it at least once.
Yeah.
So
What do you think?
it's good. It's
massive,
it's
right?
big. Oh, thank you. It's so good, right? Have you seen the pirate one as well? The pirate one, Our Flag Means Death. It's by Taika Waititi. It's really good. It's like very gay pirates. So good.
I just met the creator of that show last night.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
It's a good show.
I was fanboying. I was like, yo, man, I love this show.
I watched the panel on Thursday. It was very fun.
His name is Oh, I remember him.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Let's just find out. Pretty blue jeans and me running through it.
I think we were both a little bit embarrassed, actually. I think we were so shocked that it was so emotional.
So she definitely has more agency and is stepping into that position, but she's not fully there yet. So we're in sort of an intermediate time.
Look at all the people. Are they nice people?
When did you say that?
I don't remember. But it seemed perfectly normal.
We're in the last 30 minutes of Comic-Con. It's real sad, but we're doing one final pass of the exhibition hall before it's all over.
Is this the first they've seen of it as well?
This is the first they've seen of me in it, but I have some really bad B-roll. It's not easy to film in here because it's so crowded. This is not ideal timing at all. The lighting is terrible. I've just had a shower because I went to the hotel gym, but I picked up a mystery box, what they call blind boxes from Comic-Con today. It's a little ember. I looked to see if we can get these in the UK. I think that we can, but the price is like super inflated because they're imported. So like it's not necessarily a US product, or is it? No, I think it might be. It says California on the bottom of the box actually, but I haven't had a blind box ever. I think I had one maybe like 10 years ago that somebody gifted to me, but I've never actually bought one because I feel like it's a very slippery slope for me. But these were little dragons, so I had to get one. So this one is the series 2 and it is the burnt version, so you can get these in like a non-burnt version, and I thought that the burnt ones were a bit more gothy, so they're the ones that I picked. So let's do my first ever blind box. I just had to show you guys, and I've been desperate since I bought this afternoon to crack into it. Oh, I'm so excited. There's only 2 that I didn't really love, so I hope it's, and there's 2 that I really wanted. So let's see. It might be a good one. I think it's a good one. Oh, it is! It's the sleepy one. Beautiful. The one that I wanted, this is one of the ones that I wanted. He's called Lava, I think. Or is it Kindle? I think he's Lava. I also like Blaze is really cute. He's playing with his toes. And I think it's the green one that I didn't love because I didn't really love the burnt bits on the green one. But look how cute. I'm obsessed. I'm upset now actually because Comic-Con is over. Big sad. And I want them all. Do you reckon there's somewhere that will sell these where we're going? No, because we're going to the fancy place tomorrow. Look. Look at his face. I'm so... Good morning. It is our final day in San Diego and the plan is pretty much exclusively to do some shopping. So excuse my voice, I have not had coffee yet, but we're gonna walk over to the Mission Valley Shopping Center, which is only like a 15-minute walk away from here, and then we're gonna get In-N-Out Burger for lunch and then get an Uber over to Fashion Valley. But before all of that, I wanted to bring you guys my Comic-Con haul in case I had anything else to haul for you, like for the trip as a whole. I thought we may as well do the Comic-Con stuff now. So I'm gonna be quite brief because I got a lot of stuff, especially a lot of prints, but any artists that I can link, I will link in my description box if you want to check anybody out. But the first thing that I got, I also can't remember what I've already shown you guys, so do please forgive me if there's any repeats from anything already in this vlog. I did of course get my little ember, and this is a very dragon heavy print because I also picked up this from Belzy, which is something else that once again I didn't know when I bought this, but you can't get these in the UK without importing them from the US, which is like £19 shipping. But they had like moths and bats that were also really cute. They also have a wyvern, but it was the dragon for me, and actually because of the little ember that I got, they kind of match, which is super cute. And these were very impulsive for me. They are the kind of thing that I usually don't allow myself to buy because I know that if I do, it's going to be something that I want to collect, that's going to be a problem because where am I going to put them? But I indulged a little bit on this trip. So for the, should we do pins, I think? Oh, I've got pins and I also have a few magnetic bookmarks. So the first pin that I picked up was from Neopets. This is the first Neopet that I had. So I thought they had a bunch of them, but I wanted the one, obviously, that is my Neopet. It also comes with a code that you can redeem in the game. And then I also picked up this one, which is, of course, a Nanalan one, because you know I'm a Nanalan stan. This one is from Karen Hallion, and this one was a limited one for Sunday of SDCC. There's only 199 in total, so I don't know whether they managed to sell them all or whether some will go online, but we all know I love Mona. And then this is from, I believe her name is Julie, and she is one of the Lorcana artists. I think she's designed 2 Lorcana cards, and I picked up 3 of her magnetic bookmarks. So I got the Tangled one, the Totoro one, and also Big Hero 6. And I did also get a print
from Julie as well. So into the prints, we have quite a lot. I'm just looking at all the stuff I've got. Everything that I bought pretty much was prints. Everything that I bought that wasn't a print, you pretty much almost seen, with the exception of a manga, which I'll get to. But the print from Julie was one that Curtis really liked. He actually bought a playmat that also has this art on, which is this Hercules and Megara art. I picked this up. It says Road Monteo potentially on the bottom. I did not get a business card for this artist, but it was all super spooky stuff, and it says people stories on the book. I thought it was really cute. This is from Usagi Wasabi, and I picked up 3 of these and 1 for a friend. I just thought they were so cute. Petitioning for more dog art like this. Like, everybody does cats. We need some dogs. But the cool thing about these is that they are inspired by the artist's cats. So each one of these prints, and there's more than this, I think there's 7 in total, I only got 3, are inspired by a different one of their cats. So we got Chappie the herbologist, Damon the bard, and Luna the potion master. And I thought that these would be really cool as like kitchen prints, even though I do really need to like sort out my kitchen and paint a couple of the walls and replace the floor and stuff. We'll work that out at a later date, it's fine. I think that the artist for this one is Joey Chu. His Instagram is ChooChooJoey, but he does lots of just generally stunning art pieces. But something that was really cool that he does is these horror movie prints. Like, he makes them really cute. He had like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th, Halloween, but I picked up the Scream one. I do love me a horror movie, but there's none that I feel particularly passionate about, but Scream is of course iconic. This one is from Yoonjung Kim. This is one of the only ones I think that isn't inspired by something pop culture. I just thought I loved her art style, and I just thought that it was stunning. So it is obviously this whale print, and she also did a little sketch on the back for me as well, which is really cute. And then the last one of these is the Spirited Away Bathhouse. This one is by Josie Sao, which I will of course link with everybody else down in the description box. Once again, really loved her art style, and Spirited Away is my favorite Ghibli movie. Then the last print that I do have another A3 one that I've put in a different bag because it's a little bit too big to go with the place that I put these. But I picked this up from the Little Friends of Printmaking, I think is what it says. Yeah, the Little Friends of Printmaking. And they had so many different options of these, and I loved them so much. It's the biggest thing that I've got, and I'm a little bit worried about getting it home. But look at this. I love this style. They had like a bookshop, a record shop, a pizza shop. I was very tempted by the bookshop, but the thing that sold me on this one is like all of the little dragons and stuff that are in the tea shop. And it does of course also have a bookshop on here as well. So that is the one that I went for, but I would very much be tempted to pick up some more things by this artist in the future because I am obsessed with this style. I'm really worried about putting finger marks on this one, I can't lie. And then I did get some posters. These aren't anything exciting. I won an alternate comic book cover poster from a independent comic book like booth. I also have a poster that we picked up from the Sony booth for free for Billy Butcher, which they were just handing out. They were doing like loads of members of the Seven and stuff, but I was there when they were handing out Billy Butcher. And also my signed Rookie poster from the Rookie signing that I attended are in here. And then the last thing that I got is a manga. So this is a manga that I have been looking at, and I picked it up here because it comes with, are they called shikishis? I looked them up, but it comes with this, which is special to me picking it up here. And it's like an art board that people draw on, which is why it's called what it is. The manga that I picked up is The Summer Hikaru Died by Moku Mokurin. This is one that I saw in a comic book store in Leeds, and I was really intrigued about it because I think it is about a boy whose friend is possessed. I don't know what it is. I mean, I do. It's the bright colored covers like in the art style that really appeals to me. But the synopsis on this says it has Hikaru's face, it has Hikaru's voice, it even has Hikaru's memories, but whatever came down from the mountains 6 months ago isn't Yoshiki's best friend. Whatever it is, it's dangerous. Carrying on at school and hanging out as if nothing has changed, as if Hikaru isn't gone, would be crazy, but when it looks so very like Hikaru and acts so very like Hikaru. So I'm excited to give that one a try, and I hope I really enjoy it. So for today's shopping trip, I need to pick up some more gifts. So I need chocolate for my dad, but I don't know what. If all else fails, actually I'll just go to the petrol station next door because they have some cool stuff that I've never seen before. Like I had a cookie dough Twix and like a Snickers brownie, so I can get him like that kind of stuff. And then I want to go to Bath and Body Works for candles for me and his gifts, and Lululemon just to look. I have a gift card. It's a UK gift card, but I'm pretty sure I can use it in the US as well. But we all know regardless, I do love me some Lululemon. So, oh, Barnes & Noble, because I want the alternate cover of the latest volume of Lore Olympus. So that's kind of the plan. We'll obviously hit up some more places along the way as well. And if I pick up anything interesting, I'll let you know what it is when we're back.
Never been to California, to LA, so I'll stay home and write these songs, pretend I'll make it someday. Our friends are getting married, they're all settling down, so I'll lay here, watch the ceiling fan go round and round, and it's all.
So I am packing. I am seriously packing. Not only have I done my own case, I've just had to repack Curtis's entire case because he was saying his case was full, and let me tell you, it was not. He had tons of room. So the last step in packing is opening the things in this bag, because I met up with the lovely Millie today, who is one of my patrons. Thank you for being so sweet, Millie. And thank you, Millie, even more, because Millie gave me a bag of gifts. So they are wrapped, and I asked Millie if she would like me. Oh my god, there's a note in here as well. I didn't carry on reading it because it was potentially going to spoil what was in here, but there's a couple of wrapped things and there's a couple of unwrapped things. I asked Millie if she wanted me to open them there, and she said no, it's fine, you can open them later. So I'm opening them here with you guys so that I can pack them into my case. And thank you so much, Millie. You did not need to do this, but it is so sweet that you did, and it was lovely to meet you and the little pudding today, who so squishy. The pudding is a baby, by the way, just in case anybody was confused. But the things that are not wrapped, we have, oh, these are cute. Are these like little bookmarks? Oh, they're also like sticky tabs almost. They are a pack of book darts, which is really cute. Millie also got me these sticky notes, which are like the ones that I have from Paper Chase, which I can't get anymore because Paper Chase is closed. And also this very, very cute little floral pencil case. Those are the bits in the note, of course. Those are the bits that are not wrapped. I'm looking at the receipts in here, like what are they? The receipts that I put in when I've been shopping today. I did also just find at the bottom though that this is a keyring. Oh, this is really cute. It has a little charm on it that says, if I can't take my book, I'm not going. I mean, ain't that the truth? I take my book everywhere, even if I know I'm not gonna read it. It has been fun though, taking it around Comic-Con and actually getting some reading done on the fly. So I know from what I read, because these look like books obviously, but I pulled them out earlier and they felt a little bit too light, but I know from reading the first couple of lines of the note that these are indeed books. So they have things on them. This one says open me first, this one says open me second. So let's have a little look at what they are. Okay, this is good. I was looking at these today. So this one is the Icosar Falcon by K.S. Veloso, which means that this one is going to be book 3, and I do have book 1. I've been excited to read this series for a really long time. I hope that I love it. This one is The Dragon of Jin Sain by K.S. Veloso, and these are books 2 and 3 in the Chronicles of the Bitch Queen. I can't remember what these are about. I know that the main character is a mother, and I don't know if she's on a journey to find her kid. This is cool as well because these will actually match my editions, because for some reason I think there is only like one edition of these books, but I do have a US paperback of the first one, so they're gonna look perfect together. Although, as Millie so astutely recognized, they do make shelve it or scrap it worse, because some books are gonna have to come off the shelves to go into the stacks here. So the first one is The Wolf of Orinyaro. So it is following somebody who had to marry the son of her father's rival to bring in peace, and then many years later she receives a message urging her to attend a meeting across the sea. It's meant to be an effort at reconciliation, but an assassination attempt leaves the queen stranded and desperate much to survive in a dangerous land. So it follows a little bit of an older character, which is refreshing, and I do hope that I really enjoy it. So thank you so much, Millie. You absolutely did not have to do this. I know you also kind of went out of your way to come and give these to me today, and I am very, very grateful. Like I said, you were so sweet. It was lovely to meet you, and thank you so much for the gifts. So we've actually, after repacking Curtis's case, we have discovered, so I packed mine and it was, I think, around 19 kilos. So we have a 23 kilo limit, which is 50 pounds. Mine was 19. So I put the Bath & Body Works candles in that I got today. I need to do a second haul for you guys to show you what I picked up for today, because I got something from Lululemon. I finally spent my birthday gift card. I got some stuff from Bath & Body Works. I got the book from Barnes & Noble that I wanted. Some stuff from Sephora. So I do need to do an extra haul for you of all the non-Comic-Con stuff I bought while I've been here that I'll do when I get home to kind of wrap up this vlog. Also hoping to finish my book as well. What am I even saying? Oh, so I put the Bath & Body Works candles in and it was like bang on 50 pounds. And I was like, well, I know when I put it on the scales at the airport, it's going to come in over. So I took some stuff out of my suitcase again. And then Curtis is like, I'm struggling, and everything's bulging out of his case. And he was like, can you repack my case? So I've literally, like, he had things screwed into a ball in there to pad things. And I was like, I can't cope. So I took everything out, refolded all of his clothes, rejigged everything, and he has space to spare now. Like, I've actually closed his expander because he has so much space. So I'm actually going to take some stuff out of my case and put it into his so we can spread the weight out a little bit. And that should also help me to get these books into my cabin case with the rest of my books. So yeah, we're doing all right. Oh, my point was actually he came here with 11 kilos. He's just weighed his and he is on like 17 kilos. So he has plenty of space, which I'm now going to steal some of because my suitcase is full with me cramming extra things in mine because I thought that he was struggling with his. Turns out he has loads of room now and I'm the one that's suffering. So we're going to rectify that.
Like a trip to the beach or the life of James Dean. It kills me to think I'm avoiding the pill I can't swallow.
It has been a long time coming, but I made it. I'm here. I have so much to tell you. No, but really, it has been a couple of days since I got home. I got home on Wednesday night. It is now Friday. Yesterday was jet lag central, so I slept for like on and off for 5 hours on the plane. I wouldn't consider myself having got 5 hours sleep by any means. I got a maximum of 30 minutes per every hour that I was attempting to sleep. And then obviously we landed at midday and I got home at 7:30 after we made it to King's Cross, waited for our train, and it's like a 4-hour train ride. I was actually quite tired, as you can imagine, didn't get a whole lot of sleep on the plane. So I was like, cool, we're gonna fix this jet lag straight away, because I actually typically don't really suffer from jet lag too much. So I went to bed at 11:30. Amazing. Curtis woke me up at 1 a.m. and I could not go back to sleep. Obviously, like 2-3 a.m. in the UK is like 6-7 p.m. in California. So then I was hungry. So I get up looking for food and we have no bread, so I can't make any toast. So then I throw a fit about that. And I wake Curtis up and I'm like, we don't have any bread and I'm hungry. So I sorted that out. I watched an episode of The Mayfair Witches and I went to bed at 4:30 in the morning thinking, okay, well now I'm gonna have like another nap and I'm gonna wake up at like 8-9 o'clock, all will be well. Both of us slept until 1:45 in the afternoon. So then obviously yesterday was a bit of a struggle. I did intend to do nothing yesterday, but I intended to intentionally like do fun nothing, like reading and stuff. But I actually kind of just got up, made coffee, waited a couple of hours, made dinner, and then went to bed shortly after that. I did get a workout in as well. But now I got up at 7 this morning and I've kind of like got my shit back together and all is well. But it's taken me a little while to get to you guys. I've been filming today, first day back in the office. It's horrible. Can't lie. Would rather be lying down somewhere. But I have to show you guys what I hauled on my shopping day. So there are a couple of items of clothing that I got. I picked up a cardigan from JCPenney, which is like the Arizona jeans, I think, section. I have a dress from there that I got in 2016. And I picked up a cardigan because I've actually been wanting to get a cardigan and I was struggling to find one that I like. I have tons that were my mum's, so they're like long ones, but obviously like I tend to wear more of like a crop on the top, a crop top, if you will. And I also had, so this this is the reason why I do a lot of shopping in the US. Y'all know I love Lululemon. I'm a big Lululemon fan. We do have the ability, like we can order Lululemon online in the UK, and we also have like, there's a store in London, there's a store in Edinburgh, and also I think there might be one in the Trafford Centre. There's probably more as well. I do want to pause this though because Brie, come here. Something that I wanted to show you that I picked up is a bandana for Brie. Sit down. Sit. There we go. Isn't she smart? Isn't she lovely? Yes, so this is from an independent seller that I found at the farmer's market in Little Italy. So I will put a link down below if you want to check her out. I'm really impressed with how cute this looks. It also fastens with pop studs, so it doesn't tie, so it's not going to come loose as easily. But she looks so cute and she doesn't pull it off, which is also great. But anyway, back to Lululemon. I had a £30 gift card that I got for my birthday that I had yet to spend because I want a jacket for running, just for like when it's raining. And obviously they're a little bit more expensive. Lululemon's expensive anyway. So while I was in the US, I kind of knew what I wanted. I was waiting for an interesting color that was never coming. So I ended up getting a black one, but they are, in the US, they're $118, and in the UK, they're £108. So with the discount code, it was £30 if I used it in the UK, $38 if I used it in the US. So with the conversion, it cost me £68 or £69 to get it in the US, whereas if I'd have got it here, it would have cost me £79 with the discount code. So that's why I tend to pick things up in the US that I can technically pick up in the UK, because if they're a US company, there's less kind of extra fees on them, and then also the conversion rate makes them a little bit cheaper normally for me. Aside from that, I did go to Barnes & Noble and I picked up Lore Olympus Volume 6, which I have actually since read. This was my first read of August, so look forward to my review. The Barnes & Noble editions of these are superior. I think for nearly every volume, the Barnes & Noble one hits just a little bit better. So I'm really glad that I managed to pick this up. I had to get them to go into the back for this as well because I couldn't find it on the shelf. And then the last real thing that I got, I actually don't think I got anything else apart from my my Bath & Body Works haul, which once again, you can get these in the UK, but they never do deals on them. When they go out of season, they go into the sale section. We do just have like the core range as well, and we'll get a couple of Christmas candles. Last year, I don't think we had autumn candles. I don't know if we will this year, but these are, so the 3-wick candles from Bath & Body Works. We definitely, I'm pretty sure, won't have the Halloween range in the UK, but they're like $10 cheaper than they would be the equivalent in pounds, and then pounds are worth more than dollars, so they're more expensive anyway. So they are cheaper, and you have like a bigger range if you go in the US, and Bath & Body Works is one of my favorite places to go. So I picked this from the Halloween range because, I mean, of course I did. Have you seen anything more my vibe? The scent on this is Wicked Vanilla Woods, and it has notes of magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, and enchanted pink pepper. I love a vanilla candle. This also smells kind of perfumey. It smells like a perfume that I've had as well, and I can't put my finger on which one, but I mean, it was I like the smell of this for sure. It probably would not have been the one that I picked on smell alone if it was not for how stunning the container is. If I'd have gone on smell alone, I would have gone for the apple one in the Halloween range. I also picked up one for a gift for my dad's wife because she loves candles, so I always get her a Bath & Body Works one as her like souvenir when I'm in the US. I got my dad chocolate. I got him brownie Hershey's Kisses, I think. But this one is another Halloween one. It's Girlfriend. It's a fruity one. She likes fruity candles. I'm more of a vanilla person. And the notes on this one are dark strawberries, ghostly peony, and spine chilling citrus. And then these were on 2 for $20, so they're $17 each or 2 for $20. We do not get deals like this in the UK, so I had to pick up another one because it was essentially, the second one was like $3. And this one is the cherry almond shortbread one, and it is vanilla shortbread, candied almond, and cherry. Oh, it smells so good. And then because I got the what's it called, the candy apple. The Christmas candy apple fragrance that Bath & Body Works do is my favorite scent ever, and I got a gift set from Curtis last year that Next did, like from Bath & Body Works, and it came with one of the foaming hand washes, and I love it so much. So when I found a pumpkin one, a pumpkin hand wash, the UK could never. I had to scoop it up. And the same for the hand sanitizer. These were like 6 for $10, but I was like, that's just an excessive amount of hand sanitizer, because I actually have some Bath & Body Works hand sanitizers at home anyway, but it was pumpkin apple, so I got it. But that's all of the things that I bought, that I brought back from San Diego. I'm pretty sure, I think you've seen everything of interest now, aside from some of the snacks that I've got, but if I'm being honest, I've eaten some of them, so I couldn't show you them anyway, just being real. Other things of note, I did finish my book. I finished Way of Kings Part 1. I just love that I took both halves of the Way of Kings with me, and also, what is it called? Children of Fallen Gods, I think is book 2 in the War of Lost Hearts series. I gave you an excellent synopsis for the War of Lost Hearts, I truly did, and I didn't read it. And I don't think I gave you a synopsis for this, which is fine because it's a reread, and if you want my in-depth thoughts on this, it's going to be from the first time I read it, not now. That being said, one of my favorite things about this series that I find so interesting is how it doesn't really explain anything to you. Like, the magical elements, the things that we as a reader that don't live in this world would find a little bit odd, are not explained to us as we are reading this book, and that is because the characters themselves don't find the world weird because it's all they've ever known. And as things start to change in the world, they start to think about the world that they live in, and that is when we start to get answers. So the first time I read this, it might as well have been written in a different language because I did not have a clue what was going on. And now, because I'm rereading it, hindsight is 2020, baby, and I'm having a much better time with this because these are characters that I just did not care about the first time I read it, and now I love them with my heart. Most of them, 3 of the 4 main characters in here, I can really appreciate them now, and also pick up on some of the foreshadowing that's very early on that made absolutely no sense to me the first time that I read this. So I haven't actually properly rated this at the minute. It's like a 4-star. The reason I put it in quotation marks is because this is obviously half of a book. It's also a very slow build, and I know that there is payoff in this book, but it's at the end of like Way of Kings Part 2, because this is just the first half of a book. So it's a slow build that doesn't really build too much because the payoff is at the end of Part 2. So when I read these, I always wait until I've finished the second one to rate the whole book as a whole. And the first time I read this, I gave it 4 stars, but I'm wondering, because of that hindsight and that clarity that I have now, whether this is eventually going to be a 5. So aside from that, Comic-Con was great. San Diego was great. San Diego reminded me a lot of Denver in that it is a city that I feel like is better to live in than to visit, and I kind of want to revise that statement. Actually, I did say that about Denver, and it is mainly because you need a car to properly explore these cities. There are 2 bookstores that I did not manage to go to in San Diego that I wanted to. One was Mysterious Galaxy, and one was, I think it's called the Meet Cute bookstore. It's like a romance one, and Mysterious Galaxy is like exclusively fantasy and sci-fi. The problem is though, is that they're kind of like not in the middle of nowhere, but they were nowhere near anything else that I wanted to see. A lot of people say, like, when you go to places like this in the US, like, rent a car so that you can get around better. I kind of disagree. We Ubered everywhere aside from on the Comic-Con days where we did have a free shuttle from our hotels. So for the sake of San Diego, like, it just wouldn't have made sense for us to rent a car. We definitely spent less daily on Ubers than it would have cost us to rent a car, plus the cost of petrol, plus the cost of parking. So I feel like you're very limited, especially if you're from Europe or the UK, where all of our cities are pedestrianized and you can literally walk everywhere, and public transport is amazing. A lot of cities in the US just aren't built like that. So I had a really good time in San Diego. There are more places that I would have liked to have gone, like those bookstores, but if I'm being honest, I wasn't going to buy anything anyway because I'm a lot more thoughtful and intentional about my book purchases these days. Like, if I see a book, I go home, I think about it, I look it up, and then maybe I'll order it or buy it if I see it again. And I went very intentionally wanting this. This is something I had seen before and kept thinking about, so I didn't think that there was anything that I would have picked up from Mysterious Galaxy or the Meet Cute bookshop if I'd have gone, so I didn't see the point in going so far out of my way just for the sake of going. Mysterious Galaxy are also one of the bookstores, actually one of the main bookstores at Comic-Con, that also I overheard they stock some of the publishing tables. Like, the publishers get the books from Mysterious Galaxy and then give them back at the end of the convention. In terms of like Comic-Con itself, I loved it. I had such a great time. In terms of things that I kind of wish that I'd done, not that I wish that I'd done this, but I definitely could have gone to more book panels. I did not go to any of them. I definitely looked them up and marked a couple that I found were interesting, and then in the end decided not to go. I also didn't go to the Ali Hazelwood sign-in that I wanted to because it clashed with the Once More With Feeling showing, which was kind of more important. I mean, I've seen Once More With Feeling 1,000 times and I've never met Ali Hazelwood, but in terms of this trip, like, I wasn't going as a reader, I was going as a fangirl of like TV and movies and books as well. And Robin Hobb, obviously I went out of my way to meet Robin Hobb, but the the other book stuff is something that I tend to do like on a regular basis. Like I go to conventions, I go to panels, I meet authors, I go to sign-ins, and so that was on the back burner for this trip, and this was more about me being a fangirl of literally everything else. When I was looking into the Comic-Con experience, when I've wanted to go to Comic-Con since Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead were on TV at the same time, it wasn't to go to book panels, it was to like go to Walking Dead panels, which is what I did. There is definitely more than we could have done, but I also think that like we did a lot. Like we did a full day in Hall H. We saw the panel we wanted to see in Hall H on Thursday. We spent all of Saturday in the convention, like the exhibition hall, and we did not finish it. We had to go back on Sunday morning to make sure that we'd seen everything, and then we ended up with a couple of hours on Sunday afternoon where I could have gone to a panel, but we decided to get food instead and then come back for Once More with Feeling instead of getting food after the con, just because the shuttle buses were finishing like 2 hours after the exhibition hall closed. So yeah, I had a really good time. I learned a lot. I feel like SDCC is not necessarily a once in a lifetime experience for me, but now that I've done it once, like I don't think I'm going to be somebody who goes every single year. I feel like that's unlikely, but I feel like there is potential for me to go again in the future, and I feel like I would benefit from that because this was a learning curve, like learning the queuing processes, and there's things like I didn't know that Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Norman Reedus were going to come to the end of the stage after the panel and sign things, so I didn't take anything. I took my Buffy tarot cards of Oz because Seth Green was at a panel that I ended up not going to, and a sign-in that I didn't win the ticket for, and also Sarah Michelle Gellar because she was also on a panel that I didn't end up seeing because it clashed with like one of the Hall H ones. I didn't know that Jenny Calendar, and I can't remember her name, Jenny Calendar's like the actress's name, and also Juliette Landau, who plays Drusilla, were just going to be chilling for sign-ins. Like I could have got my stuff signed. So I learned that there's a lot that happens at Comic-Con that you don't find out from the schedule, but the sad thing about it actually that you just can't predict is that a lot of the stuff you will only find out about after the fact. Like you will only find out when it's too late. I only found out that the actress who played Jenny Calendar was there when I stumbled upon a booth that she was sat in, that I would have had no idea ahead of time that she was going to be at unless I followed her on social media, which I didn't. So yeah, I learned a lot during this trip, but I also had a really great time. So I'm gonna close it out here because this is a long ass clip on a long ass vlog, but I do hope you've enjoyed this one. I don't know what it contains. It's been a whirlwind. The last like 10 days of my life feel like they've been about 3 months. So we'll see when I edit the footage how this vlog comes together. But next week's vlog will be, oh my god, the next vlog that you're going to see from me, I'm pretty sure is going to be Shelby or Scrap It episode 7. So enjoy that. That's what I'm currently filming. I started it yesterday. I do hope you've enjoyed this vlog if you've made it this far. If you have, please don't forget to like if you liked it, subscribe if you wanna, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you're go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.